Okay, good morning, everyone. This is Michael Venezia. Today, a head trader at TradeView Markets. I'm only kidding. Coach is really the head trader. Okay, so it's April 8th. It's a Friday. We still have some geopolitical news. From what I'm understanding, and I never get involved in politics or religion, and I really listen, I don't understand that cliche. I don't. And everybody knows right now I'm not shy either. But it seems like this war is going to go on a little bit longer than expected, which you know what? Maybe which is why the VIX is so low. Maybe if they thought it was so day to day or so edgy, maybe the Fed wouldn't would. I mean, both listen, both have are having huge impacts on what the market does. But it seems like now it's back and forth. It's like it's a Rocky match, a Rocky Balboa match, and I'm not, making both. Not making light of both situations. I'm saying it's either the Fed or the war, the Fed or the Ukraine. So it seems like the Fed uh, is taking the lead now. So we're going into a Friday. It seems like the VIX. I don't mind taking a little bit more risk than I usually do because, like I said, I think it's slowing down. But I'll stop pontificating. Everybody's got an opinion. You know what? As a matter of fact, on the trading desk for all these years that I've been on, there's only one rule. Well, there's two rules, but the second rule is a trading rule physically on an entity. But in terms of an overall aura, you don't give an opinion unless you're asked. That's all. Don't give an opinion unless you're asked. That's all, because no one wants to hear it. So let's go next. Let's sign it to TradeGATEHub. I hopefully everybody had a good week. Coach, you're trading very well. And by the way, Coach, if you go back to the earlier videos this week, including Monday, or Tuesday, our video together, which is every Tuesday, which I look forward to more and more because I learn more and more. But the volume is the key. Yeah, is that Coach was right on on the pullback and the question and one of our debates has been if there's a retest coming, and you know what, it's yet to be determined. But I don't really think you have your line and you have to make that stand. The levels that we've been pointing out, Lewis and everybody in the room will agree that they've been linear, meaning they've been pretty, balanced instead of zigzag. I mean, they've been pretty fluid, for lack of a better term. So just trade off the ES levels. The sentiment has been up and down. Right now, it's in the middle. So you know what I mean. There are things that are moving. There are things for the short-term trader, the long, the medium trader, the swing-term trader. Like I say, and I still feel this way before we get into anything specific, that I'm having problems placing money for a longer time horizon to a degree than I am now. Right now, it's especially if the VIX this low, and we're trading very well, as everybody knows, at least short term. God forbid the VIX was a 30. I wish it was a 40. Forget about it. We all retire. Good morning. All right, so let's go into the data today. I don't want to get too much into it because I want to get right into things. You know what? And I've been trading a couple of these stocks that could be questionable, like why am I shorting CF or Moss? And I was thinking, listen, I want to lead by example, and some things as Mo will say, it's a fast paced chat. I don't think I don't know if it's the idea. I don't know if that's the right. Listen, it's giving you stocks that are moving in ideas, and I want you to break it down from there. So there are a lot of things that are moving. So watch the videos. Macro market fill sentiments in the middle. This was yesterday's option flow, right? Let me hold on. I can't really see that well. We had Zoetis, Cargill. What else? AN, CI, UUP, UNP. SPY GAM exposure. It's a Friday. Don't count on that for any type of option squeeze. Crude sentiment was still in the middle. Crude's acting well today, to no surprise. I pointed out a little later in the feed of what the area they seem to be concentrating on. I don't know if they're still rotating. I'm trying not to look at my quotes so I can be focused in on everyone here. But from earlier this morning, it was the banks, the golds, anything really interest rate related, and that was prevalent in them taking down the techs as well. So it's no surprise. It is a cerebral market. It's just you got to be on the right side of it. And the reason why it's the VIX is so complacent, but yet the rotation is back and forth, as no one really knows. But everybody's content playing the rotation. That's all. That's why the VIX is where it is. There's no fear yet. And I don't know if that's a cautionary tale or I'm saying there's no fear. Well, when a professional says there's no fear, I don't know what that means. When an average says there's no fear, then I would try to take that on the other side. But let's look at the Bank of America uh, bull and bear indicator. I mean, a lot of people are still bearish, and to me, that's bullish. So, and those are the older people, by the way. By the way, for those that don't maybe trade as tactically as we do, or if people thinks it may be too fast paced, then get out of the room. No, I'm only kidding. But also use it for the data, because I give you upgrades and downgrades, and it's a great room for information as well as ideas. You can go to Forex, commodities, go to our, let me digress, go to our stocks rooms. If you don't want to hear me, you should, because it's a frame of reference and a high one at that. But if you don't want to do that, go to top US gainers, go to top percentage change for the day. You don't need anything else. BFRM, MDVL, punch it up on the chart. MDVL acting well on the day. It's all you need to hear. So this is very informational and qualitative, instead of hearing videos from me and coach. So like again, it has many rooms. So if you don't want to tune into the 11:30 video, go to Forex, go to market movers, go to top news. We want this. We have the stocks 6 minutes ago, Forex news 1 minute ago, global S&P headlines were updated here. So the bottom line is, for everybody, I want it just as much as everybody else. I don't want to have 6 sites going, and I believe less is better. So I want to eventually get off the private Twitter feed or doing something like that and just go right to here. So there are many rooms on TradeGATEHub. It's just not all, doing videos with people that are experienced and have done very well and have 100 years. But if that's up to you, go to crypto if you want. I'm proud of it. What do you want me to say? You could hear, you could hear it in the room. Let's go back to trading. All right. So the data I don't want to get too much into it. The data that I pose is usually the most consistent in terms of the order, just as any coach would do to a team to get them into the rhythm of doing something. When it comes to game time, they're not stumbling or tripping over themselves. Let me keep continuing here. And what do I give you for those? First of all you have to do is press this red button right here, and you can go to the TradeGATEHub channel on YouTube, which if I had this 25 years ago, I'd be living next to one of our men at TradeView here. You know what I mean? Go to all these videos. We have playlist videos. It's great stuff. First of all, I looked at it to go back to better and go watch myself and, go over it and try to give you better content. I also want to go over what my calls are. It's better than writing them down in the book. Maybe I go 5 days ago, what I said from something and why I liked it. And I go back today and Friday, maybe I kick myself for why I sold it, or pat myself in the back why I didn't. So crude sentiment, but Bank of America. Am I still in this? Yeah. Bank of America. I threw a couple of things out from Kramer. Helene, I always quote her. I quoted her before we had her on. Yes, defensive coach. Just go through all the data, okay? I give you economic calendars for the day, UAC, where I think the option flow is, daily scans. All you have to do in these scans is, I'm not splitting the atom, SST, BRCC at the top right, Mo, and IPI, SWAV. These are the stocks that have been the hottest. No surprise. So it's a scan I'm doing not to throw everybody in the deep end of the pool and try to find the winner. It's maybe somewhat advanced, but you know what? If you play golf with better golfers, you're going to get better. If you play golf with people that swing and miss, you're not going to pick up anything that they're doing well. You're going to probably keep doing bad habits. So hang in there. Like I said, BRCC is active. SBFM, Mo, you've been on it. Bravo, BWV. If you don't know about this stock, then you're not paying attention. Serious. All right, let's keep going. Yesterday's mover with its range and volume. There's the table right there. That's the menu. It's up to you if you want to order or to develop your style. I'm fired up, and I am. Pre-market movers, we give you that. Twitter, Kramer was chirping this morning. His plan on what? To round out the week. He's watching rig count data. All right, so maybe I'll pay attention to that. Coach, it's a self-explanatory. Okay, global down 5%. Look at GLB now, baby. Where's GLB now? It was down 5%. And I said GLBE was down 5% on 87,000 shares. So what am I supposed to do? Sell it? I'll be at another tenth of the volume. So I held it. I think I sold a piece of it up here. 30 before I came on the air. I think it was 3190, 3190, something. I'll show you. CF will go negative. It did, went back up. That's why one day doesn't make a reversal. We're just here to trade it. MP elevator up, elevator down. It's active. We're giving you a stock that has $6 range. And by the way, it's all over my feed. Like here, MP. Everybody's following this thing. Right? And you know what? You don't forget about it. I'm not even going to get into it. You don't even have to follow it. The bottom line, you don't have to know what it does. Like I always joke to coach, they can make widgets, but the stock has had what we follow, right? Huge range, good price action and volume. Doesn't matter what they do. All right, what else? MP, Mo, I need a winner. Nice job, Mo. This is my screen early this morning. So compare it now. This was at 9:45? See if the rotation, SSBW, got it on Wednesday. There's a trader who's learning. SST elevator down. Look what that's doing. Some advice I gave. Sorry for selling. What else? Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Anybody else? What am I doing? I meant to say a couple of things. Going on to later today. Let's look what the wise guys are doing. I'm trying not to look now because if I look, all my screen, my P&L goes nuts. So let's go here. Am I still sharing correctly? I'm not going to do much now. Oh, Jesus. What are they doing? GLW bullish, DraftKings, some cheap bull flow. Oxy ripping. Snap ripping. So the anti-VIX, the market's going up as we speak. So let's go to the videotape. Oxy, beautiful pattern. He's a good trader, Stu. He doesn't post as much as he does anymore. Volume is investors voting in there. Well, you know what? Listen, I thank God I wouldn't be here anymore. Volume didn't still tell the story. I mean, that's where I came from. Let me turn on my screen. I now look at the P&L. Oh my God. GLB, KC, LUV. All right, this is my screen now. I'm trying not to trade actively. New share. Here's my share. CF ripping. SSBW. Okay, so BMV. This is BWV. We're sharing this thing. You have to. Okay, so this is the bottom line. This is the daily chart on BWV. Okay, if you didn't know about it, that's fine. You shouldn't have known about it until yesterday when the stock normally traded 200,000 shares. It traded whatever, 6,000%. BWV yesterday had a range from 62 to 10. Okay. Thank God I didn't know about that the late afternoon. I wouldn't have traded it, by the way. So what happened here is why I did buy it and I did like it is this. Let's go to yesterday. 2 days, 1 minute bar. Let's go. So this is yesterday's close. Everybody that owned this thing, that no dip buyers. What I liked is everybody until the final bell of 401 got margined out on that. There was nobody that said that was going to listen. It might go under 8, but when you want to talk about an old Wall Street term, they threw the. Hold on, here's my microphone. They threw the baby out with the bathwater. This was it. So I basically thought that everybody was out of it. So last night, 2 days ago, let's go. Let me clear all these lines so I can show you the after hours, show data outside of after hours. So this was yesterday, all yesterday. So the lowest BWV, I have a lot of it, was like 850. So I'm like, all right. So it's not like, so what was I going to do? So I was planning on buying like 4,000 shares. So I started at 850. So it goes down to 650. All right. So, you know what I mean? I could swallow a $2 loss on, I know the bottom line is it's not the best trade, but let me digress. And for anybody on here, I'm using an example of a trade, certainly not take a position. And by the way, I'm out of it. I don't care if it goes to 30, I'm out. But I started taking a bit. It's not like the stock went from 100 to 100 to 40, and then it went down the same percentage because it went from 40, go down to 30. The same if it went down to 8, it went down to 6, the same percentage, but I didn't want to be down 10 points. So I took a little position. Where were my trades? So I came in overnight. Where 2 days ago. So I'm buying it. I'm selling it at about 14. I bought it at what, 11. So I was selling it a little bit. But that was something that you have to know about that has range, good news and volume. And I posted that on the Twitter feed. What else do we have? SSBW, TTD. So now Twitter's not positive. That might go later. Square went positive. Overstock, Levi. That was a good buy for us today. Buying Levi all the way at 1860. Everybody knows that's a buy. I sold a little early at 1901. What was some of our other trades? GLBE. Like I said, I couldn't believe. I started buying GLBE this morning. 31.40. Let me take that to today. And let me take out after hours, if you will. Outside of regular hours. So GLB, I said this thing, I like it. I like it long term. I bought some for the fun. So the first purchase I made here this morning was what? 9.45 on GLBE, 31.60. And I said, this is absolutely ridiculous. Then it went to 30.30. So my average now I'm up in the stock. And so the bottom line is I was early. And I wanted to make one point here, and this is it. After I sell some, how much do I have left of this thing? GLBE. I have 3,200. Sell 1,000 market. Okay. So the bottom line is I've noticed that I took some profits here too. That most of the time, what's happening, if anybody wants to contra trade, advanced lesson, Mo, is the stocks haven't been reversing just overnight like that. Most of the reversal, if they are, they've been intraday on volume. So why am I even bothering taking these? They give you another one, MOS. All right. So I tried to be a wise guy. I took some of this overnight short. I think it was 2,000 shares, but instead of then the stock was 71.5. I started shorting at 74. Well, I started shorting more at 74. If I would have just came in, shorted, flat it, and traded it nicely and placed these shorts on at 73, I would have made good money. But the stock at one point was up 4, and I started. So my first short today was 74.65. Then I started covering at 72.40. That's $2.20. But the stock was up $4. So instead of making 8,000, I took an $1,800 loss. I don't mind it, but I'm kind of outsmarting myself and being a little hypocritical by taking positions, by being a little bit early when I know better. But I want to have something, but maybe I'm over allocating my shares. So let me go back to what's going on. Futures. Listen, this is what we'll go to the SPX and I'll leave it here because I have an appointment with someone. SPX got up to 48.18. So the SPX, here we go right here. This is the bottom line, and this is it. It all is dependent upon what is rallying, what's holding it up here. I know that the Apple takes up 7% of the SPX or NASDAQ, if you will. Oils have been holding a larger majority these days. So here it is. This is the canary in the coal mine, if you will. This is the SPX holding the 200-day right now. So I look at other indices on a macro level. I look at the Qs. Okay, they're holding the 50-day. Anyone that's familiar with my charts, and not to be biased in any international way, I'm also, I'm Italian too. I go by the red, white, and blue, by these lines. The red being the 8-day, the white being the 21-day, the blue being the 50-day. So the QQQs are holding the 50-day. And of course, the green is always the money line, the big daddy. That's the 200-day. So the Qs are holding the 50-day to the moment. Let's look at the VIX. All right, the VIX is also on its 200-day. It's not a trading vehicle for me. By the way, I said a rule that number 2 at the beginning of the video, and I have to say it because it's on my mind. Number 2 is no one's allowed to trade the VIX. It's banned. I wish I booked 99 cents of every dollar's worth of risk. You lose once every 3 months on the VIX. This is the easiest vehicle. So listen, it's a trading thing right now. I'm watching it as a 200-day. Some people might think it is like that, but any other questions for the moment? Coach Lewis, what are they doing now? Let me see what Jim Cramer is doing. Not that he is the judge and the jury, but he might be saying some stuff. RIP Michael Neldorf, breaking NATO, nothing. Let me go to my other major page here. VIX. This is the page. How you doing? We'll share because we share here at TradeGATEHub. Now, what's at the high? Is the bottom line. And this is all basically going to be broken down, and it's going to be obsolete. I'm not going to use it anymore. This is all this data is about 80% there. I mean, transferred to TradeGATEHub. It's just about me trying to articulate it better to the trader instead of percentage movers. Then I'm going to do something. We are going to do something more like 10-minute moves. So let me go right here. See how I have this change last 10 minutes? RES, ACI is going up the last 10 minutes. What's going down and change the last 10 minutes? LXU, KBR, Hewlett Packard. Okay, position and range. What's at the high of the day? ABC, CVS, PBR, Oxy at the high. Johnson & Johnson. Weren't the drugs good yesterday? Walmart posted it this morning. Right, guys? There's a chart on Walmart. Okay. Hold on. Where's my chart? There's Walmart. There you go. Now, when you have to go back to a weekly on something like Walmart, then there's something bigger and bigger. I'm serious, by the way. I don't mean to joke. There's something bigger at hand here. So there's the Walmart weekly. Smart guy would have bought it at 154. Even 100 shares as a trader. That's where that weekly triple, whatever you want to call it, triple top. So there's Walmart at the high. Let me go back to the other page. Okay. Walmart. Boom. But does it have the volume? What has the best volume today near the high? SMY, not interested. EURN. I saw that. That's a tanker. EURN. That's a tanker, isn't it? EURN. It should be a tanker. EURN. Belgian company came to transport of crude and oil. This is what I'm looking at. EURN. That is a tanker. All right. So when I see EURN going, I look at what? SB. SB. Another tanker. Well, the reason why I look at STNG daily, FRO, there's a tanker. All right, so look at it, nothing sexy, but it tells me something bigger at the market when a tanker is at the high. A tanker. Okay, EURN, Cardinal Health, Oxy, ABC. Wasn't Cardinal Health on the feed yesterday? The Jesus feed? Yes, it was. Mo. Okay, what's at the low? I'm afraid to look. Bottom left on what's the low for the day as I go to 11:30. No, I don't want to pause. I want to share. DQ, Twitter at the low. DQ, LAC, Billy, and GDS and Enflix. That tells me China and these battery and alternative energy like LAC. So I see LAC's on the low. I go to the chart. Must be MP as well. So let's look at LAC. Elevator up, elevator down. LAC. All my charts there. We move trend line. So look at MP. Doesn't follow. So looks like ALB, the big daddy. Let's look at plug. What'd that do? Is it giving back the 200-day? Plug. Oh, from 32 to 26. It's over. What about BE? BE may be right at the 200-day, but we got to see how the sector looks. That looks okay. BEB maybe at 22, right, Mo? But that's a big give back. $5. We sold that well. Wow. That's a good save. It's a good trade. I got out of that. I felt like a sucker after it went up a little bit. All right, let me go back to one more page. Right here. The alert page. We'll see what's moving rapidly at the moment. KZR bullish, LGST, KZR, SNY, BWV, bottom left, breaking low, near the low. You see that? SST near the low. So those two high flyers are going low. What's near the low now? What's near the high bottom line? Who cares? Nobody shorts. I'm the only one that shorts. Bed Bath and Beyond, home builders. So you had Pulte Homes, that's Best Buy, by the way, Target, XHB. So you have a couple of home builders. You have a gold. You have SST near the low. What I want to know is range. Biggest range with who's got the best range? This goes to my other alert page. I need the range. Got to go to the other page. Hold on. I'll end it after this. Top list. Today's range. What has the largest range? This is the largest range for the day. So the largest range on the day is BCRX, SST, SPFM, Shopify. That's not good. With 85% volume near the low. Shopify. That's a draw. That's a problem. Shopify. That's not good. Oxy near the high still. THO went with the CWH. Remember, Mo, I said that? EOG, Twitter near the low. Nobody wants it for the weekend. That's a bad sign. So I'll send it off here. I'll sign out. If I have any questions, I believe I have to go to a meeting. Hold on a second. TradeGATEHub, Jim Cramer, you're fired. Volume. Okay, anything? All right, guys, I'll leave it there at 11:30. If you want to know what's going on, go to our stock room. And it tells you everything right there. Let's go to most active. On New York stocks. Oh, hold on. Tops by you and my price. That's it right there. Those are the most active price by price. So cheers, everyone. It's a Friday. I'll be back after lunch. I'll answer all questions. Until then, always have a plan. Trade well and cheers. Thank you.